I'm Dirk with Classic Drive Television. I'm here with Jonathan Klinger with Hagerty Insurance. Great supporter of Amelia Island and a supporter, frankly, of all us car guys. Jonathan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for spending some time with us. So, beautiful Amelia Island, we're here. Hagerty's been a supporter for many years. When was your first concours?
This would be my 10th over the course of 12 years. So 12 years ago was my first time here, and you know, a lot of people talk about how it grows every year.
Right.
It just, you know, you look over the past decade and it's exponential.
Wow, wow. Well, we've had other people come up and tell us, they started when it was just a few cars and one hole and not a lot, all the way to this. And Bill Warner's really put a lot of energy into this and really made it something special. So, seen anything on the field that gets your juices going?
Well, of course, tomorrow, Sunday, that's going to be the day to see it all. But what's really neat about this event is how it has grown and expanded over the years to include this Cars and Coffee that's taking place right now behind us. There's the Concours de Lemons, which, if you haven't ever been to the Concours de Lemons, if any of you have not experienced a Concours de Lemons, it's the best examples of the worst cars ever built, and they have a wonderful sense of humor, and so there's really something for everything.
Absolutely.
But yesterday on the driving tour, and there was beautiful cars, multi-million-dollar cars, early pre-war classics, which you and I both love, but there was a four-door Volkswagen Beetle taxi cab.
Four-door?
I've never seen a four-door Beetle before. So out of all, yep, stretched a little bit, and it'll be out here tomorrow, Sunday. But of all the amazing cars, I always love seeing something I've never seen before. So I bet you probably didn't expect me to say a Volkswagen Beetle.
I didn't expect it. And you mentioned it. So you were talking a little bit about you did something actually significant. You drove an early car for a full year.
That's right. That's right. 9 years ago,
yeah,
I parked my modern vehicles,
yeah,
and for a straight 365 days,
yep,
my only source of transportation was a completely stock original 1930 Ford Model A two-door sedan. I put 17,000 miles on it that year, and I live in northern Michigan, so we get real winter up there. Yes, that was an awesome experience.
Well, that is super cool. And did Hagerty insure it?
That's a great question. During that time, when it was my only source of transportation, I had it on a daily driver type policy.
Okay.
It's now, of course, since then it's been insured by Hagerty, but I followed the rules.
I followed the rules. Well, that's good.
But the whole reason I did that was it was nothing about the insurance side, but it was just to prove that old cars can be driven, they are reliable. And
well, they must have been.
Yeah. And
everybody else did it.
Exactly. And contrary to what some people might think, this is not a wealthy person's sport. That car was $11,000 on a Craigslist ad. I purchased it, drove it for a year, and at one time I thought I was going to sell it, but after 17,000 miles, we kind of came one.
It's a bond.
Yeah, it's a bond, so still have the car. The whole idea is selling it afterwards. That I failed on that.
Well, so few of us actually sell cars. We're really, once we get them, we're sort of married to them, right?
Yeah, well, you form a connection. You have a story, and it's it's one thing to have the car and to show it off, but people love hearing the story and the connection to the car that you have. Another vehicle I have a 1969 AMC Javelin, and it's a car I grew up with. It was I had an uncle that purchased it in the early 70s, and that was his car through high school. It stayed in the family since, and even though that might not have been a car I would have sought out on my own, I grew up with it, and when they were ready to pass it on, I purchased it because I wanted to keep it in the family.
Well, that's it. I mean, a lot of the cars for people are personal connections, family connections, early connections, grew up with them when they were kids, maybe later in life decided they wanted to relive those experiences.
Yep.
But, it's interesting what we have here at Cars and Coffee. We've just got everything from, base model cars all the way up to supercars, really.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And tomorrow, of course, we're going to see the plethora of million dollar cars, aren't we?
Absolutely. And the interesting thing is, and you can see with what's going around us here, there's 300, 400-ish cars out here at the Cars and Coffee, but the number of people that are going to circulate through here, those are numbered in the thousands. And this is symbolic of the overall enthusiast community. There's an awful lot of people that are interested interested in these old cars, but they just may not own one right now, and they will at some point. And so that's the beauty of these events, is that it exposes these types of cars to people that aren't quite yet owners yet.
That's right. All right. And I think a lot of kids are tagging along with their parents, and this is some of their first exposure, or they've been fully exposed and going to be here with cars in the future.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the things that that us at Hagerty is doing tomorrow is we host a youth judging program, and that's where kids can sign up, roughly ages about 6 to 16, and we'll take them around and they'll judge 6 different cars, but these cars will be pre-selected that the owners know what's going on, and the owners will talk with them. They'll start the engines, they'll let them sit in it, and the whole reason we do that is sometimes there's this perception that, at the level of a young kid, all they see is velvet ropes, whether they're there or not, because they're told don't touch, stand back, and what have you. And we want to provide the opportunity to get up, get close to the cars, learn about them, touch them, because that might be the first time that someone gets a chance to get excited about a really cool car.
Learn the respect both for the hobby and the car.
Exactly. And if you all want some insider tips, if you ever get selected to do a youth judging, if you let the kids sit in the car, there's a good chance you're going to win. That's right. That's how you win the hearts of a young person. Let them sit in the driver's seat.
Maybe push that pedal.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So Hagerty for a long time has been in just about everybody's glove compartment, right? As an insurer, taking care of these cars, making sure that things are okay. And I don't think some people don't realize that a specialty insurer is just like using the right tool for the right job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yes, the insurance product that Hagerty does, it's all built around allowing people to have the most fun with their car. So there's some myths out there that people think that when you insure your old car, it's limited on mileage and you can only take it to parades and all of that, and those are largely myths. We don't have a strict mileage restriction. The only thing is it's not for daily drivers. It's not your modern daily driver.
Right.
And the biggest difference between a collector car policy and a standard policy is how it treats the value of the car. So you have a vehicle that's worth $20,000, $50,000, $200,000, $2 million, whatever it is. You want that policy to reflect its value. So in the event that something unfortunate happens, there's never any question what the car's worth. That's the biggest difference of a collector car policy.
So that's known as agreed upon value.
Yeah, agreed upon value. We call it a guaranteed value. Others call it an agreed value policy. And so, if there's one big takeaway when it comes to insuring your cars, of course we'd love you to be with Hagerty, but at the very least, you want either a guaranteed value policy or agreed value policy with however you're insuring your fun vehicle, your collector vehicle.
That's it. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. And it's going to be a great day tomorrow. We hope to catch up with
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
I'm Dirk Burrowes for Classic Drive. We've got a lot more coming to you.